Inside the field of economics, economic welfare is described as efficient distribution of resources for the well-being and prosperity of the people. Historically, economic welfare has been measured using the gross domestic product, or GDP for short, which is the monetary value of goods and services produced in a country during some period of time, usually a year. However, there are several flaws in the use of GDP as a measure of economic welfare, particularly the lack of a human element, with no overall weighting provided towards goods or services that will increase human welfare and prosperity. As well as this, GDP is essentially comprised of one single indicator and therefore faces a wider range of limitations. There are other ways of gauging economic welfare, including gross national happiness, or GNH for short. The GNH is an index used to measure collective happiness and well-being of a population. Because the GNH is comprised of a massive 33 indicators, it is able to cover both traditional aspects of socioeconomic concern, such as living standards, health and education, as well as less traditional aspects, such as the monetary value of goods and services produced. However, there are limitations to using GNH as a measure of economic welfare. The larger number of variables makes it much harder to collect the data required. The effect of this downside can be seen in the results of collecting data in Bhutan, where the government makes many decisions based on the GNH. Although this idea of GNH has been invoked in Bhutan since the 1970s, only 3 results have been collected in 2008, 10 and 2015 respectively. The general trend of these data points follows the same trend as GDP per capita. However, other surveys in which people were asked to rank their own happiness contradict these results. In conclusion, GDP is evidently not a sufficient variable for measuring welfare in an economy, and GNH could be seen as a potential alternative. Due to current limitations in our ability to collect data, it is difficult to use GNH, but in the future it may be far more viable. Thank you.